Good morning, YouTube. We are doing a grocery haul for the maintenance period. Well, we're in a tiny deficit, but we're essentially main gaining right now. I'm gonna show y'all everything I get, tell you why I'm getting it, tell you what I'm not getting, why I'm not getting it. We're just gonna have a little bit of fun. We are at H-E-B, the best grocery store. Every time you go into a grocery store, they're all gonna be laid out roughly the same with the sort of health foods on the perimeter. So we're gonna stay away from the middle as much as possible, and we're just gonna stick to the perimeter. We're gonna get our produce, get our protein, all the good stuff. Make your grocery list in accordance to how the store is laid out. So for instance, my produce section is right as I walk into the right, so produce is at the top of my grocery list. Item number one, grapes. Not really the greatest for micronutrients, but I throw them in the freezer and then put some tahini on them and some lemon juice. Ooh, gas. Next item is kiwis. They are the most nutrient dense fruit on the planet. Great source of fiber, potassium, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K. They're just amazing. When you are choosing kiwis, you want them to be a little bit firm, but still soft. You don't want them to be rock hard, otherwise they're never going to get ripe. I've had kiwis that literally stay rock hard for weeks on end. Pro tip, eat them with the skin on, grow up, be a man, and they have more fiber. We're gonna get 5 pounds of potatoes, around 5 pounds. Potatoes are my main carb source. They are super high in fiber. They're the most filling food on a gram per gram basis. We're also gonna get another 5 pounds of sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes, I love russets. I just eat so many. If I did all one kind, I would probably get sick of them, but sweet potatoes they have a little bit of a difference in nutrients as well, so we're getting a little bit more diversity there. You wanna try and eat the rainbow as much as you can. I'm also grabbing 2 cucumbers. Cucumbers with tahini is one of my favorite snacks of all time. It's so filling, it's crunchy, it gives you that hot chip craving if you're having it, but it's basically 0 calories. Love it. That does it for the produce. Now we're on to the protein. We're starting with some salmon. Super dense in micronutrients, omega-3s. It's gonna be one of our main fat sources. Next protein source, pork tenderloin. This is super underrated. I don't know why no one talks about it. It is just as lean as chicken breast, but it tastes way better in my opinion. Next up, ground beef. We're going extra lean, 96.4. You can also do 93.7 or 90.10, just depends on how much fat is in your diet. We're also snagging some sourdough, only the half loaf, because I really don't need a lot of it and I don't want it to go moldy. Next up, we got raw, unfiltered, local honey. Now, normally I get this from the farmer's market. Obviously it's raw, it's unfiltered there, and you're supporting your local farmer, but farmer's market's not till Sunday and I'm almost out of honey. So you gotta do what you gotta do. You might be wondering why the raw unfiltered, because it's not heated up as much, so it keeps more of its natural nutrients. So we got more antioxidants in there. There's a bunch of health benefits. It's good for digestion. Honey maxing all 2026. Side note, this Melinda's black truffle hot sauce is the best hot sauce I've ever tried. I'm also grabbing some stevia for my Ninja Creamies. Out of all the non-nutritive sweeteners, stevia is my favorite because it's not a sugar alcohol, so it's a little bit friendlier on the gut. And I like monk fruit too, but it's really hard to find just monk fruit. Most monk fruit that you find is going to be a blend that has erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol, which again, that's the whole point of going with a natural sweetener, is that you are avoiding the sugar alcohols, but then they mix it in with the monk fruit, kind of canceling it out. I'm also grabbing pumpkin. Pumpkin is extremely underrated as a health food. I think mostly because people don't know how to cook with it or how to use it. It is super high in vitamin A, vitamin E. It's got great mineral profile as well with iron and copper. You can literally throw it in anything. I just have it raw, low-key, just pull it out of the can and eat it with a spoon, maybe a little bit of sugar-free maple syrup. Obviously, I just was talking about sugar alcohols and then I'm dousing it in sucralose, but I'll put some cinnamon on there. I'll put it in my cottage cheese. You can put it in yogurt, make pasta with it. I've seen people do the protein brownies with it. Pumpkin is just a great thing to have around the house, to be honest. I'm also snagging some egg whites. Micronutrients are trash, but it's just pure protein and they last quite a while, so it's good to just have in the house, in the fridge. if you just need some protein in a pinch. Almond milk, mainly for the Ninja Creamies and my girlfriend's lattes. Fat-free Greek yogurt, literally just protein and carbs. I like the Oikos 000. It is not that much more expensive, but it tastes really good. It's got the vanilla. Also, don't get scammed into buying the Oikos protein. It's more expensive, but it's literally, for the same amount of calories, you get 1 less carb and 1 more gram of protein. The 1 extra gram of protein is not worth it, in my opinion at least. I'm about to round this corner where the cottage cheese is. Every fucking time that I come to this HEB, everywhere in Austin, god damn it, there is never any cottage cheese here. Ever. Literally, look at this. Oh my god. The whole thing. It's ransacked. I don't know what it is about Austin. Everyone is just so obsessed with cottage cheese. I literally can never find it. I went to 3 HEBs last week, didn't find it. I went to Target, didn't find it. Who is just stealing all of the cottage cheese in Austin? Literally, they even almost ate all the fucking lactose-free one. That's how desperate people were getting. Brief intermission. Wear fucking deodorant. I swear to God, if your scent lingers after you leave, that is a problem. Shower, wear deodorant. It's not that hard. Jumbo bag of frozen strawberries. I like using frozen fruits because when you're craving something cold and sweet, that kind of ice cream craving, you can just throw them in a bowl, let them warm up a bit, put a little bit of honey on them. Oh my God, frozen blueberries with honey is one of my favorite things of all time. I'll have it pre-workout, I have it before bed. Fun fact, a lot of times when you wake up during the night, it's because you're going hypoglycemic, your blood sugar's dropping too much. So when you have something like honey and blueberries, that fructose is slower digesting, so it can actually help with sleep. Try it out. Or kiwis as well, because kiwis naturally have some magnesium in them. And the only reason I'm not grabbing frozen blueberries is because I already have an ungodly amount at home. But we are gonna be grabbing frozen broccoli because broccoli's goated. Fiber, it's great for greens. For vegetables, honestly, I pretty much only do broccoli and green beans. And honestly, you can cover most of your bases with just broccoli and fruit, but my girlfriend is getting tired of just eating broccoli all the time, so I'm getting green beans as well. There's also nothing wrong with just grabbing a big frozen vegetable blend. That's honestly what I used to do, something like this stir fry blend. It's got a whole bunch of goodies in there, but I'm just kind of lazy and I like to know my exact micronutrients because I'm just a little neurotic about what goes into my body. So I like knowing everything and tracking everything very accurately, but grabbing a stir fry blend is honestly, or just some random mixed vegetable blend, is better than most Americans who just eat 0 vegetables anyways. Now we are in the quote unquote healthy living aisle. We are not going to be getting anything from here. Obviously there's some good things, right? Like peanut butter powder, they've got protein powder, but all of these like protein snacks, the protein bars, the protein donuts, the protein cinnamon rolls, I'd rather just get my protein from a whole food source, from an animal source that's actually gonna have some micronutrients in it. There's nothing wrong, inherently wrong with whey protein, especially because it's a complete protein. But if you have to watch out for amino acid spiking, which is essentially where companies will, because they don't have to label what type of protein they're putting in. So a lot of the times they'll just use something like collagen or glycine, which is protein. So they're not technically lying, but they don't stimulate muscle protein synthesis to the same degree, if at all. And so it's really easy for them to spike their numbers and say, oh, we have 25 grams of protein, but then you find out 17 of it's collagen. And at that point, just eat some meat. And a lot of these quote unquote protein foods are honestly not even, you might as well just eat the regular one. So these protein cookies, for example, these ones, I have such beef with them because it's 440 calories for the whole cookie and you get how much protein? 16 grams. Fuck that, just eat a regular cookie and eat some meat with it. Let's get out of this aisle before my fucking cortisol raises through the roof. But now we are headed to the low calorie ice cream. Obviously I have my creamies and I love my Ninja Creamies, but this low calorie ice cream that I'm about to show you, if you're not in Texas, you're shit out of luck because they are only in Texas and they're also only in a couple stores. There's only 2 stores in Austin. They're based out of Houston. and it is so good. This company, shout out, it's called Gallivant, right? It's expensive as hell. It's $6 for a pint, but it is so good. It is genuinely the best low-calorie ice cream by far, because it's technically not ice cream. It's called Indian Mawa. I don't know. Apparently it's some traditional Indian way of making ice cream, but regardless, it's really good. And it's also the only low-calorie pistachio that I've ever found. And my girlfriend loves pistachio. So that's what we get. Pistachio and coffee are the best flavors, in my opinion. I haven't tried the chocolate because it's a lot higher calorie, but literally the coffee one is $2.90. The Halo Tops with mix-ins are pretty good too, but they're 500 calories for a pint. At least protein pint ones, I think, are trash for 30 grams of protein too. Yasso is okay. Honestly though, Gallivant is peak. I don't really like the Yasso pints, but I do like their frozen yogurt bars. I don't know, Yasso just has that weird tang. Obviously you can't get rid of it because it's Greek yogurt at the end of the day, so it's gonna have that little bit of tang. But that's the main reason I don't like it. I'm also grabbing frozen blackberries. I have these every single day pre-workout. They are the second most nutrient dense fruit on the planet. They're also amazing. That's another reason I love H-E-B. I have never been able to find just frozen blackberries. And I love getting them frozen because for some reason, blackberries, I swear to God, always go moldy in 2 days. You can never get them the right ripeness, and then they're moldy. They're unripe, moldy. It sucks. But then you get them frozen, perfect. This is what the cart's looking like. Fairly full. I only had to get a couple of household items too. I had to get some garbage bags and some Drano. But I'm thinking this is probably gonna run us around 250, maybe 300. I don't know, we got a lot of proteins. Proteins are always the most expensive part, but everything else is not that bad. Especially, like, everyone always says, oh, eating healthy is so expensive. No, just get the right things. Get frozen fruits instead of fresh. Get frozen vegetables. Pick cheaper protein sources. What is it? Pork tenderloin is one of the cheapest protein sources. It's cheaper than chicken breast. It's cheaper than chicken breast, better than chicken breast, and it has the same macros and better micros. Tap in. I really am pissed that I'm gonna have to go to a different store to find cottage cheese. That's just the worst. Total is $258.34, not bad. $250, I was right on the money. Well, I guess we could say $260 if we're rounding, but I'll take it. $260 for, this is a good chunk of food. This is gonna last my girlfriend, and keep in mind this is for 2 people, right? This isn't, so if it was just me, it probably would have been around $130. And we did get a couple of household items. I guess it was just trash bags and Drano, but that's a solid grocery haul for being in the deficit / main gain. And honestly, if I'm at maintenance or if I'm in a deficit, I don't really change the foods that I eat. I just change the amount. So maybe when I'm in a deficit, I'm just having a little bit less potatoes with my meal. And the only thing that I really change is rice. I will normally have rice when I have more calories. I just like rice. It's just something about, because I have cream of rice right now, but I'll just increase the amount of cream of rice when I'm in maintenance or things like that. You shouldn't really be changing up your diet too much when you're going from maintenance to deficit and etc. You should just change the quantities. You should be sticking to whole foods, minimally processed, animal sources. You know, if it grew on a tree in the ground, or had a mom and dad, that should be 80% of your food. And then 20% can be whatever the fuck you want it to be. Or you can do 100% whole foods, or you can do 90-10. Pick whatever feels sustainable for you. All right, that is going to wrap up the grocery haul. $260 for 2 weeks of groceries for 2 people, not bad. Eating healthy doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be complicated. Just, again, foods that grew on a tree, in the ground, or had a mom and dad. That's pretty much all of the foods that I eat. Of course, they didn't have cottage cheese. They never have fucking cottage cheese, so I'm gonna have to go to Target and get that. But other than that, man, that's it. And like I said, those foods are staples. The only thing that changes depending on whether I'm in a gaining or losing phase or maintaining is just the quantity. So I hope you learned something. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out. Love you.